Oh my gosh, was today terrible. Today was a hunk of crap, bro. And I thought yesterday was bad. Nah, man, today was really, really bad. Yesterday, looking back on it, wasn't too bad. It actually wasn't bad at all. I actually really liked that trade that I took yesterday on Monday. Um, but bro, like yeah, I did some looking back on the previous day's trade, and there really wasn't anything wrong with it. I guess it was just kind of knowing when to stay out of markets or just knowing your break even points. Obviously, it was a fuck up on my part. I messed up my wrist, so that led to me taking a loss and not being able to manage my trade correctly. But still not mad about the loss from yesterday. All right, it's reasonable, it's acceptable. But this here, this is straight unacceptable. I don't know. Maybe I got desperate. I don't know. We're gonna see what happened. We're gonna find out. There was also this trade I did not take, but did end up hitting. Well, I actually got break even, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and hop right into this. Man, fuck today, bro. Fuck me, bro. It's all my fault. I'm the one who chose to do this. I took the trade. But seriously, fuck this shit, dude. Actually. Alright, so I'm gonna go and hide these drawings and show the 4-hour chart. Obviously, starting off the day, we're leaning bearish, okay? Inverse this 4-hour up here. Got a break of structure. And it's very clear to me that we're headed towards these targets right here. We have untapped 4-hour. We have new day opening gap from Thursday to Friday of last week. On the hourly, let's see what we got on the hourly. We got, yep, obviously we got the break of structure, the inverses and whatnot. We even inverse this gap right here, this final gap, before this sell side over here gets taken right there. Here's some sell side, which is also, I guess, the untapped 4-hour. And then we also have, like I said, that new week opening gap. This is also a BPR right here. If I mark this out, if it fucking lets me, I keep having to double click for some reason. Nice BPR right there. What else do we got? What else? We are inside of an hourly here, so kind of expecting, not really expecting too much. I could see a manipulation higher before distributing lower, or I could just see us running down from this hourly tap and then getting a continuation model. But overall, I am for sure 100% leaning shorts today. Okay, not looking for longs, at least as of right now, unless proven otherwise. Now, if we go to 15-minute, another thing I wanted to point out is we have an SMT up here from this high to hit this high here on the S and that high to that high on NQ. Now, on the 15-minute, we're kind of in a tricky situation where we have a 15-minute up here that we could respect. Here I go having to tap it again. And then we have a 15-minute down here that we're kind of playing off of. Looks to be we're respecting it, and so what I'm most likely expecting is a manipulation higher, at least into this unfilled 15-minute up here, and then maybe get a push lower or just anything like that. Or we could just completely dump through that. So that's really what I was looking forward to happening. We did resweep that high, so yeah, market open, see what happens. Bam, huge down close candle right there. So looks like a short because we did resweep this. We're inside a 15-minute and an hourly, technically getting shorts, but there's really no valid entry point. The moment it got inverse down here, we had some gaps over here to the left, such as we had a 2-minute down there, 3-minute. I don't even know what we had, man. So yeah, we rejected out on the 3-minute as well as the 2-minute rejecting out of here. And really the main things I was looking forward to taking these trades were this 5-minute here, and then I would have loved to see a 5-minute close here and then go break even at this 5-minute, but we didn't get that. Unfortunately, we dumped all the way down to this premium 5-minute, and we rejected out of it. Heavy rejection. Wow, that's like 70-point wick to the downside. That's crazy. So yeah, this honestly kind of ruined my bearish bias. I'm like, all right, do I really want to look for a short now with this huge wick to the downside, rejecting out of 2 5-minutes? Like, this is not making me confident that we're going to go lower towards those untapped gaps. And yeah, I mean, overall, I'm still pretty confident in this draw. We still haven't hit this new day opening gap. We have hit the 4-hour though, but yeah, overall, just not really confident in that as of right now. So I'd like to see more of a manipulation. Now, we do give this 1-minute. I don't like this personally because, well, for one, we have a huge 30-second that needs to get inverse, and by then the entry is all the way up here. You could just go break even there, but I don't like this because it makes sense. Like in the lower time frame, like right here, we have an SMT with ES rejecting out of, like I said, 2 5-minutes, even rejecting out of a 15-minute, right? We are pretty heavily extended to the downside, so I could see a bit of a retrace to these gaps, maybe equilibrium of this range. So it makes sense, yeah, but just the fact that we have an untapped 4-hour down here, new day opening gap, I'm still looking for shorts. I'm not looking for anything long here. And to me, this is protected. We swept the high inside of a high, or we swept the high inside of a 15-minute and an hourly. I don't really like this, so really, it's not a bad setup. It looks really, really clean to me, in my opinion. Like, I really, really like how this looks. It's just the narrative behind it is what I personally don't like, which is why I didn't take it. Now, if we scale this up, here I was expecting a nice rejection and then get a 1-minute IFPG going break even at this untapped 1-minute, which is also relatively equal lows. We also have an untapped 2-minute right there as well. So that's what I was looking for. Ended up displacing high as fuck, and after this candle, I'm like, okay, maybe, just maybe, we might want longs, right? Now we do have some buy side targets. Well, we have equilibrium here. We have an untapped 4-hour. Has this been developed yet? Not yet. It has not been formed yet. Let me see. So we don't have this yet, but we can pretty much assume that's going to get formed. Unless we just want to run up before 10 a.m., then we don't have this up as a target. But equilibrium, assumed to be untapped 4-hour. We have low resistance here, low resistance up there to the upside. We have London inside of OTE. Now, I'm not expecting a crazy push up, but since we're already up here, the likelihood of us, coming just up here to this 4-hour or even just taking this liquidity, whatever the case may be, 70 points away is much more likely. This is much more likely than us, reversing out of here, coming all the way back down 238 points, right, while also fighting against this massive ass rejection wick to the downside. That it just seems more reasonable that we would get continuation longs here. Now we do have a 15-minute, okay? We're inside of a 15-minute, has yet to get inverse. We also have this final 5-minute up here before this LRLR. So I'm looking for a 5-minute retest and a continuation, but I am still open for shorts if we get it. So right here, we started to stall a little bit. We tapped into that premium 5-minute. Still have not inversed the 15-minute yet. And we are kind of getting some good structure here. Now we do generate this 5-minute right there. We also have a 3-minute as well as a 2-minute. And of course that huge ass 1-minute. But what I was looking for was the 5-minute. That's really what I was looking for. A great break-even point right there. Already went over that. Now here we get the 5-minute. Now the one thing I hated about this was the fucking close. I couldn't even tell if we inversed it or not. And I wanted a pretty clean inverse. Like, if my bias, like if everything was running perfectly and everything was just screaming like bearish, right, screaming shorts, I would take this. Like, I don't care too much about the inverse, as long as I'm fully confident that we're gonna be bearish and head towards sell side targets. But whenever we're already all the way up here and I'm contemplating, and I'm in a conditional mindset, right, like I'm waiting to see this 5-minute either get respected to look for longs or inverse to look for shorts. I don't want to take a shitty displacement candle like this where we inverse it by a singular tick, okay, where I have to stretch this shit out to see if we inverse it or not. I don't like that. We did have a 2-minute. We didn't inverse it yet, so I was planning on waiting for the 2-minute, which is like 1 minute away. But by the time we got that, we kind of already had a huge close down here, so it was like pretty useless. The 3-minute, again, didn't inverse it there. Just plenty of things wrong about this setup that I don't personally like, and it's honestly really annoying. But this ended up getting break even anyway, so I'm going to play this out. Here's the 5-minute entry right there. That buns ass entry. And honestly, instead of targeting all the way down here, because it's pretty high RR, I would have probably held runners, but I was really just looking for like something around a 1.1 or 1.5 to a 2R. So this rejection wick looked pretty nice. If you go on the 15-minute, let's see. Yeah, so something like that doesn't look too bad. Why is this so huge? So that's pretty much what I was looking for. Now here it ends up getting break even. As you can see, we hit this low. And all right, now at this point in time, I'm like, okay, we gave the short model. We've already you know, retraced all the way up here, delivered out of the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the hourly. We gave nice displacement. And to me, I think we should flush through these lows. Like, if we're going to reject out of this, this looks like a long, like a beautiful continuation long here. Looks beautiful, in my opinion. And if I was bullish, if we had some, like, equal highs or something up here, I would for sure take this 100%. This looks so good. But, of course, I'm still kind of conflicted between a bearish and a bullish bias at this point in time. I really don't know where price wants to go. We kind of just came all the way down here, failed to hit these targets. We ran all the way up here, failed to hit these highs up here or continue higher. We actually gave a short model here. Now we just failed again. So it's pretty much, this should have been my cue. Like, all right, I don't really know. I'm not too confident in one direction, so I should have just played it safe. And honestly, what I told myself was, if we get this short, I don't really like this short because this low is protected to me, in my opinion. I don't really like how this short, how this looks. So I didn't really want to get a short from here. But I was open to taking it. I was thinking about it. It's just all really dependent on how the inversion candle looked. But after getting this rejection out of this BPR, I was like, okay, we should run higher. We should technically run higher because, I mean, there's just really no reason not to. I mean, yes, we do have these targets down here, but we failed to hit it here. We failed to go any lower here, and we're giving clean bullish price action on the lower time frame. We give this 30-second IFEG, which I did not take. Maybe I should have. I would have gotten break even because despite us not hitting this, we made equal highs, and anytime we make equal highs like that, it's just the biggest sign to go break even. But my final and last resort for a trade, because I couldn't possibly see myself taking shorts unless we, you know, come all the way back down and give a 5-minute continuation or something like that. But we have this 3-minute up here, which I was waiting to get inversed, and I told myself if this gets inversed, I'll look to take a long for something like this. You know, stops would be at this order block right there, beneath this order block, and TP at the. I wasn't even targeting anything too crazy, like all the way up here. Just looking for this LRLR, which aligned with equilibrium of the range as well as the untapped 4-hour that we have now generated. So if I go on the 4-hour, you can see, right, open the new 4-hour, and here's that 4-hour up there. We also are rejecting out of this 4-hour. Nothing too, I didn't really pay too much mind to that, but that's just something else I wanted to point out. Now we gave this 2-minute right here, and then right after, I waited personally for the 3-minute to occur, so I didn't just take the 2-minute, I waited for the 3-minute, which was like a minute after we gave it, and just something about this, I looked at it and I was like, man, I don't really like how this looks. Like, this can possibly play out, but I don't like how this looks because this is, in a way, a protected high. You know, it hit the premium 5-minute, rejected out of there, rejected out of this 15-minute that we were in, rejected out of the hourly that we were in. It's like, looking back on it right now, like, I was thinking about this because I hit the gym right after, and this was just racing through my mind, like, why did I take this shit? But to be honest, it don't look all that bad. We bounce out of this. Yeah, we bounce out of this order block there. Rejected out of that 2-minute right there. 1-minute fair value gap. Yeah, man, we just kind of got, I guess, got caught up in trash price action. My break-even point was pretty much right here, like at the body of this. Excuse me, that was the weirdest burp ever, but let's see, what is really, truly wrong about this? We inverse the 1-minute, inverse the 30-second, but we do have this more premium 30-second up here, which is actually a BPR, which we probably could have waited, considering that, you know, we've already gotten a failed setup here right before this, and then we don't really know the direction. So waiting for this 30-second BPR, which I forgot to mention, this was also a short that I liked a lot, but I didn't want to take the risk just because I was looking for continuations, or I was open to taking continuations and shorts, so I didn't want to take a very low time frame trade like this. But this technically was a basic, just a really basic 1-to-1. You know, stops at the recent high, targets at the unfilled 5-minute below. So we also have relatively equal lows right there. So this was not a bad trade at all. I like this a lot. This most likely would have been break even for me. Just the fact that once we made this low, we came back up, retested this BPR. Once we came back down to this low, I would want to see us, close below it, but we ended up retracing like twice, back up 2 or 3 times, back up to the break-even point. So this most likely would have been break-even for me. But yeah, I forgot to point that out. Now here, I mean, this really, really doesn't look bad. I love the displacement past this mini LR right there. Inverse the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute. I don't know what about this. I think it's literally just this high that looks protected to me. That's the only reason I could really say it's wrong, because the DOL isn't too bad. We're way closer to this DOL right here. It's literally just 70 points away compared to fucking 250 points right there. So it made sense to me looking back on it. I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, I should have just really been off for the day. But anyways, it's gonna wrap it up. And yeah, we'll see how the rest of this week plays out. So I'm out. Peace.